After months of confrontation, Iran appears to be giving diplomacy one more chance as efforts to secure a lasting peace gather momentum. According to reports, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is expected to travel to Switzerland for a new round of talks. His visit could mark the beginning of a significant new phase in U.S. Iran diplomatic engagement. However, sources caution that the plans could still change depending on developments across the region. The discussions are expected to focus heavily on the framework for a potential U.S. Iran nuclear agreement. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is also heading to Switzerland as Washington prepares for the negotiations. Witkoff is expected to lead the American delegation during the first round of discussions. Meanwhile, Jared Kushner has already arrived in Switzerland ahead of the anticipated diplomatic meetings. The presence of multiple senior Trump envoys has fueled speculation that a breakthrough could be within reach. Switzerland is rapidly emerging as the center of the next major push in U.S.-Iran diplomacy. The talks come just days after Washington and Tehran signed a landmark memorandum of understanding. Both sides are now racing to transform the temporary 60-day agreement into a broader and permanent deal. For now, all eyes remain on Switzerland as the United States and Iran prepare for a critical round of high-stakes negotiations. The mystery surrounding Iran's hidden nuclear sites may soon begin to unravel under a new international inspection effort. A previously undisclosed nuclear letter has emerged as one of the most significant revelations following the landmark U.S.-Iran memorandum. United Nations inspectors could soon enter Iran to help locate, verify, and monitor the country's enriched nuclear material. Trump envoy Steve Witkoff has revealed a new inspection framework that could become the first major test of Iran's compliance with the agreement. A day after the landmark MoU was signed, a top Trump envoy revealed a major new development involving Iran's nuclear program. Steve Witkoff says Iran may soon invite the UN's nuclear watchdog to inspect key nuclear facilities across the country. The move could launch a major international effort to locate, verify, and track Iran's stockpile of enriched nuclear material. Witkoff disclosed the plan during a private briefing with congressional leaders as implementation of the new agreement begins. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff told lawmakers that the U.S.-Iran memorandum contains no secret side agreements. However, Witkoff revealed that a separate letter was drafted between Tehran and the IAEA. According to the briefing, the letter formally extended an invitation for nuclear inspections inside Iran. The invitation would allow IAEA inspectors to begin examining Iranian nuclear sites under the proposed framework. Inspectors are expected to focus on locating and verifying Iran's stockpile of enriched nuclear material. The whereabouts of parts of Tehran's nuclear inventory have remained an unanswered question for international monitors. Finding and accounting for that material is expected to become a key objective of the inspection effort. According to Witkoff, the letter was addressed to IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi. The arrangement could allow Grossi to organize a new inspection mission inside Iran. Witkoff also indicated that American nuclear experts could participate in the verification process. This would mark one of the most significant international inspections of Iran's nuclear program in years. Nuclear verification is emerging as one of the first major tests of the new U.S.-Iran agreement. Both sides are now entering a 60-day period aimed at negotiating a broader final settlement. U.S. President Donald Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian have formally signed the Memorandum of Understanding. The 14-point agreement is designed to end hostilities between the two countries and reopen the Strait of Hormuz to normal navigation. The memorandum establishes a 60-day ceasefire period during which both sides will pursue negotiations on a broader final agreement. Trump signed the document during a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris on June 18. Meanwhile, President Pezeshkian signed the memorandum in Iran, completing the process from Tehran's side. The agreement begins with a region-wide ceasefire, aiming to halt hostilities and lay the groundwork for a permanent end to the conflict. Both sides have pledged to respect each other's sovereignty and avoid interference in internal affairs, signaling a shift toward de-escalation. Washington and Tehran have set a 60-day deadline to negotiate a broader final agreement, with an option to extend talks if needed. The United States has agreed to begin lifting its naval blockade, while Iran will gradually restore normal shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has agreed to ensure free and safe passage for commercial vessels traveling between the Persian Gulf and the Sea of Oman for a limited period of 60 days. The memorandum outlines plans for a massive $300 billion economic development initiative aimed at supporting Iran's recovery. The United States has agreed in principle to discuss sanctions relief as part of a broader and mutually accepted final settlement. Iran has reaffirmed that it will not pursue nuclear weapons, while both sides work on a framework for managing enriched uranium. Until a final agreement is reached, Iran will maintain its current nuclear activities and the US will avoid new sanctions or military deployments. The agreement allows for sanctions waivers that could enable Iranian oil exports and related financial services to resume. Both sides will explore pathways toward financial normalization, including discussions on frozen assets and economic access. Once initial commitments are implemented, negotiations will expand to address all remaining issues required for a lasting settlement. Progress toward a final agreement will depend on both sides demonstrating compliance with ceasefire and maritime obligations. Any final agreement is expected to be submitted to the United Nations Security Council for international legal backing and enforcement.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.